shines on everyone, love yourself to death. So you gotta fire up, you gotta let go, you never be loved till you make your own. You gotta face up, you gotta get yours. You never know the top till you get too low.
Go off when I enter the building.
We're live, though. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. So the Clippers win the tip. Inside, knocked away. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah Moute in the 3 slot. Clock at 6. Rose attacking. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range 2s as well as their fair share of 3s.
Rose hits them both. For the Clippers, you think of Lob City, and it's all dunks. But the reality is, Clark, as Greg was just talking about, that just isn't the case.
It really isn't. I mean, they also led the league in pull-up shots attempted by a wide margin, about 24 pull-up J's a game.
And Gibson kicks to Rose. And he goes in for the dunk.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
To the left wing. Dunleavy kicks to Gibson. Right wing. Three-pointer. And there's Rose on the assist by Butler. And it's 7 points for Derrick Rose. There's the pass to Jordan. Back to Paul. There's the triple. Cannot hit. Rose with some nice D. Outside Butler. Feeds to Dunleavy. Back to Butler. Misses the 3.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Puts it up off the inbound. Redick with the bucket. Chicago with the ball. 3-point lead. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Now, here's Rose. He's got 7. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Redick passes to Jordan. Ball goes in and finished off by Griffin.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket, and you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Down low. Here's Butler. Misses in close.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you've come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Now here's Rose. The kick outside to Butler. And that one's good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Pass to Griffin. 17-foot shot on the way. Gasol with the rebound.
You almost have to
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh?
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Left side, Butler. Back to Rose. Lets it go with the 3. And that is good. Rose has got 12. Off. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Mbah a Moute in the small forward. Clippers trail by 4. It's deflected. It's stolen by Dunleavy. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Los Angeles calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Clippers trail by 4. Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Here's Redick. Out left to the wing. Jordan the screen. A nice shot by Griffin.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Rose kicks to Butler. And counts the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
It's tipped. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And that one is hammered home.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Paul again. Rose. Griffin dishes to Redick. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
In transition, here come the Bulls. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Derrick Rose.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Here's Redick. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
Los Angeles ball.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Rose attacking. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. It's on Mbamute.
Second team foul.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Clippers trail by 11. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
He's off on the first.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Clock at 4. Butler goes in. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Paul kicks to Jordan. Dishes it to Griffin. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one. And Griffin no good on that one.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Clippers ball.
We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game. It's tipped. Puts up the baby hook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. They get Paul Gasol.
Shooting for Chicago.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. Rose against Paul. Gibson for three. Gibson with another miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for two.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
Ball left side. It's tipped. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Clippers ball. Coming on the floor for the Clippers. Jamal Crawford.
Off the inbound. Rose with some nice D.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Gets it off. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first half. Bulls lead by 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
And now the third quarter about to get going. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in the 3 spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road. And actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
Paul passes to Jordan. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
And it's Rose penetrating. That's good. Rose has got 16 points.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Green dishes to Jordan. Paul outside. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Green. And Gibson sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And Baamute's checked in for Jeff Green. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Ribbon shot is off.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Gasol kicks to Butler. Rose attacking. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. 14 feet away. Here's Paul. Drops in the layup for 2. Paul's got 6.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Gibson passes to Butler. Sinks the triple. 16 points for him.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Paul dishes to Crawford. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Shot clock at 6. Butler from outside. Butler missing again. And it's Paul penetrating. And Baamute kicks to Paul. The baseline J off the mark.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Butler. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. McDermott's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. The Clippers also changing it up. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register one win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Pierce, the pass to Crawford. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Brooks again. It's Rivers. Brooks, the pass to Portis.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark. The third quarter comes to a close. Bulls out front. They lead by 9. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. We've got Cole Aldrich. Pierce is out there with Luke Mbamute. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in at the point. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Here's McDermott. From down in the low post, it goes.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question, I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today, he's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Brooks with it. Pass to Portis. He dishes it to McDermott. Connects from three-point range. McDermott's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's not the way for a team to get back into a game, giving up open shots like that. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
It's Butler that time on the assist by Brooks. And that's now 20 points for Butler.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
From deep, Brooks. Noah kicks to Brooks. Passes it to Portis. And stolen by Redick. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Rivers. Brooks kicks to Butler. And the powerful one-handed slam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
At the line for the Bulls.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to be on fire from beyond. They have been really good from the three-point line.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol's checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Portis. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Pierce. And Paul's subbed in for Mba'amute. Rose attacking. Baseline jumper. Goes back up. Butler dishes to Gasol.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
They get the rebound. Tries again. The shot's good from Jordan.
And really, they've rebounded well all game long.
Yep, and they've needed every one of those boards. This game's still close.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And Mba'amute's checked in for Los Angeles. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instincts, Grade, to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
Here's Gibson. Second chance effort. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Now here's Butler. Left side Rose. Good.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're losing by 4. 30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Redick passes to Griffin. Inside. Money!
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Corey.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys. And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And a quick bucket and a foul is really the only option at this point.
And the important thing about the foul is who you foul. They don't want to send a top-notch free thrower to the line if they can avoid it.
And here is Los Angeles now. 4-point game. Paul for three. They get it back. Jordan. And Gibson sends it back. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hello, basketball fans. We bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. It's getting noisy here in Oklahoma City. We're at the peak, the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot.
That is a very low percentage shot, Kevin, but it's the result they were looking for at the end of the day.
Three-pointer, Butler. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
Got that one up quick.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Dunleavy the pass to Rose. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
Bulls had a good year against the West last season. 17 up, 13 down against the Western Conference.
Yeah, and how about playing 500 or better against every division in the Western Conference? So impressive to think they did so well given how many games some of their starting players missed.
Here's Dunleavy. The kick outside to Butler.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the poster.
When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Dunleavy kicks to Rose. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rose with some nice D.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Mirotic is checked in for Taj Gibson. And Durant sends it back. Inside. Here's Roberson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter.
It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. It really helps when you are the show in a city.
Nice shot by McDermott.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Drive by Adams.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The kick outside to Butler. Brooks outside. Feeds it to McDermott. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mirotic. Here's Noah. Butler in the corner. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Morris checked in for Chicago. Westbrook dishes to Robertson. And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Adams. And the powerful one-handed slam. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
That drops.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And there's the call on Durant. The Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Portis, he's checked in for Mirotic. Stolen by Noah. The shot and game clock separated by 4. The Bulls look good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Well, Thunder have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Westbrook against Brooks. It's Westbrook with the drive. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Moore passes to Noah. Here's McDermott. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And it's 9 points for Doug McDermott. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Here's Brooks. He got it up that time, but... And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Bulls lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Robertson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Derrick Rose.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Chicago making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Portis, and Dunleavy subbed in for Justin Holiday. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Adams' shot is off. Butler goes in and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injury. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
It's Durant on the wing. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. The Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. Here's Ibaka. Oklahoma City gets it back.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
And it's Rose missing.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
Chicago's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Rose. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
The Bulls making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. That's on Aaron Brooks. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. Ejuan Moore comes in for Dunleavy.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And it's blocked by Adams. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Noah. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took the Magic job back in 2007.
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Payne, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Chicago also making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. And Justin Holiday subbed in for McDermott. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Holiday attacking. There's the bucket. Good. Here is Durant. Second left. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Bulls. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. And it's Dunleavy in the 3 slot. Rose attacking. And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. And there's the 3-second violation. And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in.
Russell Westbrook.
That misses off the backboard.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that it hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent, mainly Kevin Durant.
That's good. Westbrook's got 13 points. The Bulls leading by 4. And it's Rose penetrating. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Roberson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Got a piece of it. Butler with the steal. Rose, good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Rose kicks to Gibson. To the wing on the left. Gasol drives in. And he dunks it down.
And not a guy known for style points when it comes to...
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Rose dishes to Dunlap. Wants to get it to Rose, and does. Great D that time from Westbrook. It's stolen by Dunleavy. And they're moving it up. Here's Gasol. And it's blocked by Adams. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. So for the Bulls, Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Doug McDermott in for Dunleavy. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And he gets it to go. 10 points for Butler.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Mirotic's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Justin Holiday comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Ibaka. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Brooks kicks it to Noah. It's stolen by Ibaka. Nobody gets back on D. It's 4 on none.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Noah, the pass to Holiday. Goes back up. Tries yet again. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Bulls have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And, you know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So you know, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Morris checked in for Mirotic. That's good from Holiday. No good on the second free throw. Oklahoma City leading by 3. It's tipped.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
Thunderball.
Here's Westbrook. 17 points in the game. With 1 on the clock. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's the Thunder leading by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
More levels, more depth.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here's Westbrook. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And he gets the bucket. Durant's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Thunder. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Rose dishes to Gibson. Butler from outside.
1 made 3 form for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. Yeah, a bit over eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And finished off by Westbrook.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Thunderball.
The Thunder leading by 7. Inside. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Chicago calls timeout.
He's been aggressive looking for a shot, but without much success. It might be time for him to take a step back and look to help the team in other ways.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. The Thunder leading by 7. And Roberson kicks to Adams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
They better hope that their performance on the line in the second half doesn't come back to bite them. I mean, they left a lot of opportunities at the line by missing those free throws.
And it's blocked. Baca again throws. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Bulls trail by 5. That bucket in no time at all. And that's 13 points for Butler.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it, his second 3 of the game.
And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Gasol passes to Gibson. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Well, their worst fear came true. This is still anyone's ball game, but losing him to foul trouble would make it a lot tougher.
Joakim Noah's checked in for Pau Gasol.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Westbrook with the steal. To the middle. Robertson dishes to Durant.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Durant drawing the double team. It's stolen by Dunleavy. On up the court. The shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator. How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
That's the second personal foul. Kevin Durant.
Gets the first that will put them up by 9. And he makes both free throws.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Assist from.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Back to Westbrook. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Think you wanna get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. That Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how it feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took
because I'm just balling in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it takes to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't that right league. Spend so much time out here balling, it's my wifey. These are what I live, I breathe, I sleep, my dreams are lavish. Went from check to check to check the balance. I press, I bet you flop, you all theatric. I'm mostly savage, gambling, take advantage. I'm here to ball while you call off work. When that top jump back, what I call off vert. Before I hit my context, check my call off first. See if I can make a play to get it all off merge. Woo! Let an animal loose. My separation off finesse, I'm just preparing to shoot. Or I can put you on some skates, breaking ankles and news, saying this is what they pay me to do. I don't think you're trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it.
We've got a capacity crowd in a sold-out arena here in downtown Minneapolis. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing Minnesota. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Durant kicks to Westbrook. Towns with the steal. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Thunder 5 right now. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. And Rubio kicks to Towns. It's deflected. It's stolen by Ibaka. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Kicks it out to Rubio. Here's Dang. Offensive rebound. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Wiggins dishes to Levine. On the wing, Wiggins. Kicks it to Levine. Shoots. 5 on the clock. Towns, no luck.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
4-on-3 break. That's tipped. Here's Rubio. Westbrook with the steal. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Wiggins. Feeds it to Levine. Rubio right side. Inside. Here's Towns. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their conference.
Durant attacking. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, and he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Towns, the pass to Levine. And the dunk by Towns.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, a little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Guys, there has to be better rim protection than that, though. Not very good. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Well, last season, the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins that you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Ricky Rubio.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, but somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Payne, he's checked in for Minnesota. Prince comes in for Wiggins. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
For the Thunder, their play against the rest of the West wasn't a huge problem as to why they missed the playoffs. And Clark, you know, they went 25-27 against the rest of the West.
Well, at first glance, that doesn't look too bad, but only 7 wins in those 29 games against the Western Conference playoff teams. With the talent the Thunder have, you still think of them as favorites in the West, at least one of the favorites in the West.
Timberwolves trail by 3. The pass to Payne. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Timberwolves keep it alive. And it's plucked by Ibaka. They retain possession. Payne's shot is good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Adams. Lays it up and banks it in.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to Adams. The kick out to Westbrook. Back to Adams. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And so it's Minnesota with it. It's a 5-point game.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Paying out there, Pekovic. And it's Prince in the 3 slot.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, it's the love to go up and jam like that.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Adrian Payne. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Payne. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Tayshaun Prince.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Minnesota making a switch here. Towns is checked in.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Go ahead, quit, son.
Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many
Ain't ready
injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big 3, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Towns kicks to Muhammad. Rubio outside. There's the pick. Inside. Off the pick. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happened. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
He's off on the second.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they did make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive
show
end
off
than
in a
that.
minute, son.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
Last game for my bedtime.
And the Western playoffs it seemed to have been a miss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't.
90% of these cats can't see me with the Thunder, man. Real talk, man. Look me
It's
up.
now been a
Go
decade
ahead,
since
quit,
the
son.
Minnesota Timberwolves played
I'm on
postseason
YouTube a
basketball.
lot.
Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Jang, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Timberwolves trailed by 4. And there's the feed to Muhammad. He dishes it to Jang. 6 on the shot clock. Fader on the way. Here's Towns. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Towns has got his second basket.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting the timing and spacing. And what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around. And I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Because I got a jerry
1:33 left to play here in the second quarter. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Towns. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
And so he makes both from the line. Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players were playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
And pulled out all the stops to fight his way inside, but the D just was not giving in.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Prince comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Levine subbed in for Wiggins. Dion Waiters checked in for Oklahoma City.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Prince with the ball. 1 second separate in the shot clock and game time. And the dunk by Westbrook.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Thunder out in front, up by 2. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
You want to try this again? Catch me about 3:30 in the morning, 3:45.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. It's been a close one so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
So for Oklahoma City right now, down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. Ibaka, no luck.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Here's Rubio. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
If you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
2 shots, gentlemen.
The Thunder shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead. And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Chang, a screen. And Rubio kicks to Levine. There's the pick. Wiggins passes to Towns. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Towns has got 8 points.
You know, when Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season. Signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
Levine dishes to Towns. Here's Dang. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Boy, you got to love it.
Gotta go back to that slow shit, man.
A little surprised, though,
Everybody's
Clark. He
doing
didn't go
it.
for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Levine gets to Wiggins. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Some changes for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jan. Garnett comes in for Towns. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right
Over,
now,
son.
they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they both shot the ball since the break.
.43 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Durant, the pass to Ibaka. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 7. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Thunder made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. That free throw missing. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Payne comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Andrew Wiggins.
Take that with you, son.
And then for Oklahoma City, Dion Waiters checked in for Durant. And it's Payne in for Roberson. They set the screen. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Payne. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And the Thunder lead by 10.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Thunder lead
Go get your
by
tier
10.
1 team.
We're going
I
to step
smashed
aside
them
for
too,
just a second,
man.
but join us right back here for the
That's one
start
of
of
the
the
reasons I
fourth
picked
quarter.
this team, man, because I'm used to seeing LeBron and Golden State.
Well, welcome back as we get
And I
set to
love
start
it,
the
man.
fourth.
By the straw, man.
Oklahoma Oklahoma City leading by 10. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Tayshaun Prince up there with Payne. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And Ibaka kicks to Waiters. Just 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves shoot reasonably well, 45%. Stolen by Westbrook. It's tipped. And Waiters kicks to Ibaka. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time.
Go ahead, quit, son. Good. It's okay. One thing I don't do, never quit, man. I take an ass whooping like a man, man. That's what you're supposed to do in life, man. Never quit, man. Don't believe that shit, what I say. Go ahead, quit, son. It's reverse psychology in your mind, man. Be smart, man. Always go hard, man. You take an ass whooping, take an ass whooping. This is another way cats quit what you're doing right here. You're gonna run the time out, then I'm gonna exit out, but I won. You quit, man. You gave up. It's another form of quitting, giving up, man. Just lay down, you know. Savage guns.
What are you saying? That you're a fucking cheater?
And that's another thing. I'm not trying to hear what you say. My ear ain't to the piece, man. I'm about this game, man. Let's go, man.
That's foul number 2 for him.
I'm trying to hear none of that, man.
Chang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Wiggins comes
Take
in
his ass,
for Shabazz Muhammad. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Waiters. Ibaka, no luck. Timberwolves trail by 10. And that one's good. And that's now 11 points for Andrew Wiggins.
And that's the kind of lead
Take
pass
that
we've
with
come
you.
to expect.
Put that in your mouth. Blow some bubbles with
That's
that, man.
leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone
My
who can
beast.
just take charge.
What I do, man. I dominate these cats and they cry like you
The
do, man.
amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end
Call
of the
me
floor
daddy,
right
boy.
now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm.
You don't say anything to me, say I'm sorry, daddy. Or papa, or whatever your language speak, man. Oh, I'm gonna be your daddy, boy. I'll whip your ass on the cut like I'm your daddy.
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team.
There's no
He told
mercy.
them that they simply have
No
to step
slack
up,
up.
saying
And
if
there's
we
no
don't
pity
make a
now.
move now, it's going to be too late. Give
Crowd,
them
you're wrong.
everything
You're
you've
a
got.
pacifier.
Kevin?
Give me that
Durant's
shit,
checked
man.
in for Oklahoma City.
This is what I do when
Robertson
cats
comes
talk
in
shit, man.
for
Worse
Randy
than
Ford.
pop folk.
Robertson can't hit.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice.
You know, I'm talking about something. Talk about this
Boy,
gas.
I really
shit
liked
you
the
got,
thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Prince's shot is good. Just about
Robertson
1.5
real good
minutes
after
gone
the
by
game,
here in the
man.
fourth. There's the dish
This is
to
nothing.
Durant.
Pop
To
folk.
Westbrook.
Pay attention.
That gives him a double-double
Go
in
back
this
to
one.
that slow game you
10
had,
points
man. Go
and
back.
11 assists.
Tell you what, he's going to put that
Feel like
one
an
in his
old lady, boy.
scrapbook.
I'm still getting beat.
Absolutely
Come on.
insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
11 feet away. Jang, no luck.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a
Do what
big
I want on
factor.
these
I
courts,
mean,
man.
there's
Do
no
what I do,
denying
man.
that.
That falls. Nice feed that time
Right.
from Wiggins.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Westbrook
Folks
dishes
out the
to
game.
Adams.
They're crying.
Here's Robertson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one is on Towns. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Oklahoma City?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Levine's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Throws it up high. And Adams with the slam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute.
Lets the free fly. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Westbrook passes to Adams. Outside for Durant. Rebound by Dang.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Shooting for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins.
Play the computer, man. You get your game right.
It's the first
computer
that brings them within single digits. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
I've been balling 8 years on
perfect
I'm a
half
baller,
at the free
man.
throw line for him. That'll
man.
help their comeback effort for real.
Wow.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Timberwolves passing it around. And the basket by Rubio.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Westbrook gets to Durant. Here's Adams. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Crit on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I know you don't like me, man. I got a lot of haters out here, son. You ain't the only one.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get
keep
that
it
second
100,
one to drop
man.
in.
That's why niggas don't like me, man.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick
bucket. I talked you out the game and all
Big
that.
time bucket
Stop
there,
getting
and you
out
can
of
expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Prove me wrong.
Westbrook
Some people do it.
to Robertson. Stolen by Levine.
You know it's good sometimes. Not that now.
Now here's Towns. He's covered by Westbrook. Towns, no luck. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Kick them catch out there, man. They
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Choice.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're losing by 7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
Almost over, man.
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
I could play the
Yeah,
game
I'm ready
all
to go
day.
home just like the players are.
win.
There's nothing they can do to
Yeah,
salvage this
24
one
hours
right
a day
now.
practice.
Let's
They're
go.
gonna
Get
lose.
out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah.
Forgive me.
Adios.
I don't mind. Giving these kids ass.
15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The shot from 20 feet away.
Don't
That's
kill
short off the
yourself
rim.
over this game. Just a game, man. Don't kill yourself, man.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.